Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osman. In this week's episode, the library is making you an offer you can't refuse. The county has an outdoor adventure for everyone, and the Marine Science Center has an activity aimed at our youngest explorers. Later on in the program, Joanne Magley sits down with Tom Russell, Superintendent of Volusia County Schools. Those segments and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. I hope you stay tuned. The Volusia County Public Library is joining with the American Library Association for Library Card Sign-Up Month.
Well, I think that September is a good time for families to think about who has a library card, who needs a library card, and what the library has to offer them. And when I always say that when they're thinking about school supplies, maybe they should think about a library card.
The value of today's libraries goes beyond books. Libraries provide computer access, free databases, movies, music, and educational programs for children and adults. As honorary chairs of Library Card Sign-Up Month, DC's Teen Titans are reminding parents and students that signing up for a library card is the first step toward academic achievement and lifelong learning.
Tutor.com is our online tutoring service that's available to students really from grades about grade 3 through college. So, you know, school's out, teacher's not around, maybe mom, dad, siblings can't help you with that math problem, and so you need another resource. And if you go online with your library card to tutor.com, they have qualified tutors who will help you work through the problem, explain the different steps. They won't do your homework for you, but it's a very useful tool.
If you would like to sign up for a library card, please visit any one of Volusia County's branches.
While enjoying the outdoors this season, follow these steps to take the bite out of summer. Cover doors and windows with screens. Limit outdoor activities at dusk and dawn when mosquitoes are most active. Drain standing water from flower pots, garbage cans, or where water collects. Cover skin with clothing and repellent. Replace water in bird baths. Remember to drain and cover. For information on how to fight the bite, visit floridahealth.gov or your local county health department. A message from the Florida Department of Health.
Take a walk on the wild side with Volusia County's Explore Volusia program. The Environmental Management Division provides free outdoor adventures to acquaint residents with the diverse ecosystems that can be found in the county's conservation lands and parks. Environmental Specialist Trey Hanna leads the Explore Volusia program, which has a great appeal to Volusia County residents and visitors. Attendees can hike, bike, paddle, or take an eco-buggy tour. Recent trips have included a kayaking trip in Blue Springs State Park and a bike about through Lake Beersford Park.
You'll see the variety that Volusia County has to offer, from anywhere from these saltwater habitats to an upland scrub near Lyonia Preserve all the way out to Lake George. Volusia County is a very big area, so it's interesting to see all the different places if you're able to make it out to multiple programs.
What's coming up? On September 12th, canoeists, kayakers, and paddleboarders can view local wildlife and breathtaking scenery during a leisurely paddling trip in De Leon Springs State Park. Longleaf Pine Preserve will be on display during 2 special programs, an eco-buggy ride on September 20th and a bike about on September 26th. If bicycling is your thing, join other cyclers for upcoming bike abouts in Edgewater and Deep Creek. All the trips are guided and free of charge. For a complete list of programs, you can visit volusia.org/Explore Volusia. Here's a look at some events happening around Volusia County. For more events and county news, visit volusia.org. The Marine Science Center continues to diversify its programs and activities in an effort to expose and educate people about the diverse marine and coastal ecosystems in Volusia County. One of its more popular programs is Turtle Tots, which is geared toward children ages 2 through 5.
Our goal is so that kids, once they have a real-life, hands-on exposure to some of our ecosystems here we have in Volusia County and at the Marine Science Center, we hope that children, as they get older, take more and more of an effort to help preserve this natural habitat.
During the hour-long program, children will learn about the local marine life and the environment through activities, crafts, and stories. According to Harris, exposing children to the different animals through these activities is a great way to connect them to our unique local wildlife. The children are able to hear about the different species and then actually view them at the Marine Science Center.
I'm amazed how kids can come to a class, and from my experience with my daughter, her coming to the class and the things that she picked up and the things that she brought home and told me later that she remembered, I was just amazed. Kids learn greatly when it's their natural habitat. When you go to the beach and you see the actual sea turtle nest, and then you saw it at the Marine Science Center. It's very inspiring, and it really helps it click into their heads, and it's like a light coming on. So it's very exciting.
The Turtle Tots program is included with general admission or an annual membership to the Marine Science Center. The program is offered on the third Wednesday of each month at 10 a.m. and the third Thursday of each month at 10 a.m. and noon. Admission to the Marine Science Center is $5 for adults, $4 for seniors, and $2 for children 3 through 13 years old. Children under 2 are free. An annual membership is $15 for individuals, $12 for seniors, $45 for a family, and free for children under 2. For information about Turtle Tots, you can email turtletots@volusia.org. The Marine Science Center is open to the public at 100 Lighthouse Drive in Ponce Inlet. For more information, you can visit marinesciencecenter.com or call 386-304-5545. You also can follow the Marine Science Center on Facebook at facebook.com/Friends of the Marine Science Center. The Volusia County Library System has more than just books. Here's a look at upcoming programs happening at our branches. Library events, visit volusialibrary.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Volusia County's beaches are more than a playground for its visitors. This week on Volusia Here and Now, we'll join Shelley Safranek at the beach as she learns about one annual visitor who leaves special gifts courtesy of Mother Nature.
Sea turtle nesting season is from May through October, and if you live along the beaches, we need your help to help reduce the artificial lighting that might adversely affect the sea turtles.
For many, there is nothing more special than watching sea turtles. In Volusia County, we are fortunate to be a popular beach for sea turtles to nest. Annually, we have hundreds of sea turtles emerge from the surf, usually at night, and make nests along the shore.
We are having a wonderful season. We're at the really peak highest point where we have 680 nests countywide. This is our second highest nesting year. And right now, we're peaking out because the new nests being laid are starting to be slowed down, but we still have over 600 nests that are hatching nightly throughout the county.
Now, sea turtles are different than a lot of other animals, like birds that lay eggs and stay nearby until the eggs hatch and then tend to the young. A sea turtle does not stay near its eggs. Once it drops the eggs, it camouflages them with thrown sand and then returns to the water.
They're reptiles, and their main marine environment is where they need to be in the water. So once the eggs hatch, those hatchlings are really on their own. But it's one of the reasons why one individual female sea turtle will lay up to 7 nests in one summer with over 100 eggs in each nest.
Each day before the beach is open to vehicular traffic, volunteers and environmental staff marks nests during sea turtle nesting season. Once found, these nests are clearly marked with a sign and stakes are placed around its perimeter. But walking by and seeing this staked off area may be confusing for beach visitors, as the eggs won't be visible since they are buried in the sand.
These volunteers are looking for new turtle crawl tracks, both from nesting females laying their eggs at night, and then later in the season, like right now, they're checking each nest to see if there's hatchling tracks on the sand, showing that the nests have hatched.
Working to protect this unique marine environment, in 1996, Volusia County developed and implemented a detailed and federally approved habitat conservation plan. As part of the Habitat Conservation Plan, Volusia County has a sea turtle lighting ordinance in effect from May through October that restricts the amount of light that can illuminate the beach, as well as prohibits the source of light being visible from the beach, to help ensure female sea turtles can nest uninterrupted and that hatchlings can emerge and make it safely to the ocean. The ordinance affects all beachfront property on the east side of Atlantic Avenue and the properties directly on the west side of Atlantic Avenue.
The hatchlings will typically emerge after dark when the temperature drops and it's a little bit cooler. They're instinctually triggered to come out of the nest to make their way to the water. In a natural environment, the moonlight would be the only light that they would be influenced by.
Now, Winters and the sea turtle staff recommend property owners check their properties each year at night to ensure they are in compliance, as the beach environment is constantly changing. And the sea turtle staff offers free inspections and all kinds of tips to help citizens bring their property into compliance.
The first thing we do is recommend that people walk out onto the beach and look at their properties from the beach at night to determine which lights may be visible and need to be shielded. And sometimes it can be something as easily as redirecting a light.
Now, if you're walking on the beach and encounter a sea turtle nesting or a nest hatching, stand back and remain quiet. Keep all lights off and let nature take its course. Disturbances can cause sea turtles to abandon their nesting attempts and expend energy needed to lay their eggs. If a turtle appears in immediate danger of getting into harm's way, notify a lifeguard. For more information about Volusia County's Sea Turtles program, please call 386-238-4668 or visit volusiaseaturtles.org. For questions regarding lighting during sea turtle nesting season, please call Volusia County Environmental Management at 386-238-4773. As the sea turtle experts say when visiting the beach, take only pictures, leave only footprints, and let the only light sea turtle see be the moonlight. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Shelley Safranek.
Whoa! Why did you throw the trash out the window?
Once.
Don't you know how long it takes litter to decompose? A cigarette butt takes 1 to 5 years. A plastic bag, 10 to 20 years. A glass bottle, 1,000,000 years.
You know, you're right. We should start caring more about the environment. Let's stop litter now.
Keep Volusia County beautiful.
Put litter in its place. Drive it home.
Let's go now to Community Information Director Joanne Magley and her guest Tom Russell, Superintendent of Volusia County Schools.
Thanks, Amber. Well, a successful school system is vital for communities to thrive, and there's a lot of success with our Volusia County school system. So joining us today in the studio is Tom Russell, the Superintendent of Volusia County Schools. Hi, Tom.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Thanks for being here today. So our schools are a safe place. So give us a little bit of insight into some of the safety best practices that we have in place.
We have quite a few. First and foremost, we have the visitor management system. That's when a parent or an adult comes in and we scan their driver's license, and we quickly find out who belongs and who does not belong on a school campus. Also on our campuses, there is a procedure for visitors and how we walk them to point A to point B and what they are allowed to do and what types of interaction they can have. We spent a great deal of money, half-cent money this year, upgrading our cameras at the secondary schools. You're seeing more architectural fencings around the schools. All our teachers lock their doors to every classroom. We also have, with the school resource officers at the secondary and some elementary school campuses, they're on campus, and we also allow law enforcement to use our campuses for training in the summer and then also at spring break. But something that's very important for parents to remember, and this is key to a safe school environment: hear something, say something. At the bus stop, in the classroom, in the cafeteria, or on cyberspace. If the students hear something, they need to tell an adult.
Right, because that little rumor that they might hear could end up resulting in you finding something before something bad happens.
And that's we weren't going toward a tragic event, but students telling us what they've heard has helped us intervene in certain cases.
So let's talk about safety for the bus system, because I know you also have measures in place there to make sure kids are getting on and off the right buses.
Yeah. That has already paid for itself. We installed that on buses last year. The little ones, they scan a card. The older ones, they key in their ID number. And what's so interesting about this, we can tell you when and where a student got on and off the bus. Several times last year, we had a frantic parent call, "My child hasn't come home." We were able to identify when and where they got off the bus, and we triangulated. And we found out who got off the buses with them. And then we started making those contacts, and we were able to find the child.
Oh, that turned out great. So
Yes.
on the same topic of safety, since we just experienced the eclipse, I want you to talk a little bit about that, because that was a very unique event that you probably have not dealt with. And there was a safety concern.
Yes.
So talk about how you decided on what the procedure was going to be for Volusia County Schools.
What I did is I belong to an association that all Florida school superintendents belong to. So we sent out a survey. What are you doing in your district? So we had 67 responses.
Great.
And we were aligned with other districts. And so what we did is we created a communication plan how we communicated with our principals and also our teachers, and then also our social media and what we pushed out as a district. Now, what was interesting is you have to be flexible before the event. So we found out that several school districts decided if a parent chose to keep the child at home, they were excusing the absence, and we did the same thing. So we were very proactive. We started 3 to 4 weeks out before the solar eclipse, to make plans.
All right, so let's switch gears now to academics. What is new or newer with the school system to just help kids really get the most out of their education?
I wish I was in school now. So some of the things that we're doing is really, really neat. For instance, the middle school redesign. What we've done there is we added an academic elective. And so many of the middle schools now have a highly functioning STEM program. We also have speech and debate, Science Olympiad. These are very hands-on, project-based classes, and the students are just relishing in it. Also at the high school level, we have at Deltona, Pine Ridge, and Seabreeze, we've introduced the Cambridge degree program. It is an international degree, high school degree, diploma that you can earn, much like the international baccalaureate that we have at DeLand and Spruce Creek. Also, at the elementary level, what we've introduced is a very tech-oriented special area for the students. They're doing robotics, they're doing coding. I mean, little guys, and it's really neat to watch. What I'm very proud of in Volusia County Schools is we have 40 career academies, and they range from anywhere, finance, culinary, manufacturing, 21st century manufacturing, technology, healthcare, and at 2 high schools, that's Atlantic and Mainland, they have wall-to-wall academies. Every student belongs to an academy. And so it's really a neat environment that we're creating in our schools. Very pleased with it.
Yeah, we've done a number of stories on the academies, and it's a great program because for not every kid is geared to go to college, and even if they are, you know, they come out of high school with another career. So whether they go to college and then do this construction maybe career in the summer, you know, at least they have something to either fall back on or something to build on a career. So that's great that we have that in our community. Let's talk about the parent role. You know, parents have a big responsibility in the success of their schools. So what are some things that you would encourage parents to do to help their children be successful?
I have 3 pillars. The first is you send your child to school. You keep them home if they're sick, but if they're not sick, they need to be in school. Second, I would say that the parent needs to support the student, the teacher, and the school, and you do it this way. Every day, you have a 15-minute conversation with your child. You put your cell phone in another room, and you talk to them about their school day. What did they learn? You have to be specific. What did you learn in science? What did you learn in social studies? Was it challenging? And then you work with them that way. You also go on the parent portal, and you register your child and yourself, and you can find all the student data about your child. I would also say follow the school webpage, their Facebook page. Most teachers, principals, and schools have a Twitter account. You want to follow that. If you have any questions for the teacher, email the teacher. If you have other concerns, I would notify the school administrations and the school counselors. And the third is have your child read at home. So you send your child to school, you support your child, the teacher, and the school, and you have them read at home.
And you know, I just recently signed up for that parent portal, and it is pretty detailed as far as what, like you said, all the information you want to look up, there it is, and it does make it very user friendly. So I'm excited to, you know, to jump into that here in the future. All right, let's talk about emergencies at school. In the event that there would be severe weather or maybe something dangerous happening in the community, what sort of steps are in place to, you know, secure the school environment or to have the plans for everybody to know what they need to do, students and staff?
We work hand in hand with law enforcement. If something's happening in the community and they tell us to go to a code red, that's a lockdown, we immediately go to the lockdown. We never, ever second guess law enforcement. Our teachers and students are trained in a variety of ways, such as what to do with fire. We're also tornadoes. We have a code yellow. Code yellow is if there's any environmental concerns. So a couple years ago, a tractor trailer carrying chemicals jackknifed on I-4, very close to Deltona High School.
Oh my.
So we had to go right into a code yellow. So, you know, those are those types of trainings that we provide at the school.
And I know you are involved with the emergency management with the county. And whenever we usually start having our regular meetings because of hurricane season, and then when other things develop, we'll meet as needed. But the school system is right at the table in in all those big events. And you're also, if there would be a hurricane, the schools are where we use for our emergency shelter. So that's a whole another element of the responsibility that the school system has during an emergency.
I remember the county manager after Hurricane Matthew said if it wasn't for the school system, Volusia County would not have done as well as it did. And when we open up our schools and their various sites throughout the county, we also provide the transportation. It's our school buses that are running as well. You know, we represent this community and we work for this community. I'm very proud of the association we also have with the district and the municipalities, especially at the emergency center. It's really phenomenal what takes place there.
All right, so going forward, either this year with school or in the next few years, anything else that you want to put on the community's radar?
Well, the Volusia County citizens voted for a half-cent sales tax, and they're really starting to see it at work. You're seeing new buses. When you drive by schools, you're seeing new roofs, new air conditioners. We're pushing out there. They also want technology in the classroom. Just this summer, we deployed 6,500 devices just to our high schools. So we're using their money well, and it is going exactly where we said it would go, into the classroom and at the schools.
All right, well, here's looking forward to a very successful
it's going to be a good one.
Another school year. Tom Russell, Superintendent of Volusia County Schools, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Amber, back to you.
Thanks, Joanne, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osman. Have a wonderful evening.